sometimes it can happen both ways, but I would say that the most exciting thing is when it happens in the making of the video. So quite often, I guess there would be three ways I would work. One might lead more to the idea happening before, and that would be the conventional scholarly way, where I'm a Latin American cinema expert, or I want to make something about women filmmakers, or then maybe I have the idea before I begin to work. But what's happened more and more since I've been engaged in online culture, and therefore subject to that horrible effect when you hear someone's died, for example, someone you loved, or a filmmaker or an actor or something, is sometimes the idea for wanting to engage with something comes from that kind of topical moment. And sometimes it just comes from being bored at home and having to do something I don't want to do. So I think, I want to make a video, and I just go to my computer and I see what digital material I have, and I just start there. So sometimes, say, for example, when Mickey Rooney died, and I didn't really start by thinking I loved Mickey Rooney. I don't think I particularly loved Mickey Rooney, but I was kind of struck by his death. And that day I went and thought, what do I think of Mickey Rooney? What do I kind of remember about him? And I started playing around with different things, mostly YouTube clips that day, in fact. I just found a sequence from Strike Up the Band where he's being his usual completely manic self. And I just took that, and then I started looking around, and I saw him repeat that gesture of conducting in a tiny scene in an adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream from much earlier in his career, when he was really just a young boy. And I just thought, wow, this is the essence of Mickey Rooney, and I just put them together. And if you had to say what equivalence that had to a written text, it was maybe a sentence. It was like an idea of a sentence. But it was just something that occurred to me through, moving the pieces of footage around and thinking about him and feeling things and, those kinds of things. So it's a different sort of experimental approach. Now, sometimes writing can happen like that as well, but it doesn't always involve that ability to move the material together. And I think that, that's very compelling. But so often ideas come from that process of getting ready to make something, to be putting yourself into a place where you will make something, whether it's something you then make public, finish, or just something you mess with or play with.